In the early morning hours of June 13, 2025, the Israeli Air Force launched the first wave of what it called preemptive strikes on Iran's nuclear program and military targets. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the goal of the operation, called Rising Lion, was, quote, to damage Iran's nuclear infrastructure, its ballistic missile factories, and military capabilities, end quote. The first sorties of Rising Lion involved more than 200 aircraft, including F-16s, F-15s, and F-35s, notably launching without radar reflectors, which means they did the mission in stealth mode, loaded with GBU-24 and GBU-31 bunker-busting precision-guided bombs that hit over 100 targets across Iran. Among the targets the Israelis hit were the nuclear enrichment facility at Natanz and ballistic missile site at Isfahan. They also struck locations around the Iranian capital of Tehran and elsewhere that killed Mohammad Mehdi Theranchi and Fereydoon Abbasi, who were prominent nuclear scientists, and high-ranking military officials, including Major General Hossein Salami, who was the commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and Major General Mohammad Bagheri, who was the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces. Iran's immediate response was to launch over 100 Shahed UAVs towards Israel. The IDF claimed to have destroyed all of them before they hit the ground. Iran has stated there will be further retaliation. However, many military experts believe their ability to mount any conventional force strike is limited. Additional attacks on Israel will probably take the form of more drone missions and perhaps cyber attacks on critical Israeli networks. The Israelis claim the strikes are justified because the International Atomic Energy Agency just released a report that states that Iran is violating the terms of the existing Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty by continuing to develop the capability to manufacture weapons-grade plutonium. Last October, Israel struck Iran because of its support of proxies like the Houthis and Hezbollah. And at that time, Iran retaliated with a drone strike that was basically as ineffective as the most recent one. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio released the following statement. Tonight, Israel took unilateral action against Iran. We are not involved in strikes against Iran, and our top priority is protecting American forces in the region. Israel advised us that they believe this action was necessary for its self-defense. President Trump and the administration have taken all necessary steps to protect our forces and remain in close contact with our regional partners. Let me be clear, Iran should not target U.S. interests or personnel. A few hours later, President Trump repeated that the U.S. had no direct involvement with Rising Lion, while characterizing the Israeli action as very successful. He also posted the following on Truth Social. I gave Iran chance after chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest of words to just do it, but no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't get it done. I told them it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told, that the United States makes the best and most lethal military equipment anywhere in the world, by far, and that Israel has a lot of it, with much more to come. And they know how to use it. Certain Iranian hardliners spoke bravely, but they didn't know what was about to happen. They are all dead now, and it will only get worse. There has already been great death and destruction, but there is still time to make this slaughter, with the next already planned attacks being even more brutal, come to an end. Iran must make a deal before there is nothing left, and save what was once known as the Iranian Empire. No more death, no more destruction. Just do it before it is too late. God bless you all. As we reported a few weeks ago, negotiations on Iran's nuclear program have been ongoing sporadically in Oman with little resolution, even in the face of previous threats from the White House about military action. The latest meetings were scheduled to happen this coming weekend, but now are reportedly postponed as a result of the Israeli strikes. President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu are scheduled to speak later today. It's not clear exactly what the discussion will entail. While the U.S. has publicly claimed support of Israel in the wake of the strike, this tweet by right-wing influencer Tucker Carlson tees up what could be Trump's concerns as well. Carlson posted, "It's worth pointing out that a strike on the Iranian nuclear sites will almost certainly result in thousands of American deaths at bases throughout the Middle East and cost the United States tens of billions of dollars. The cost of future acts of terrorism on American soil may be even higher." Those aren't guesses. Those are the Pentagon's own estimates. A bombing campaign against Iran will set off a war, and it will be America's war. Don't let the propagandists lie to you. We'll be keeping our eye on the situation and bringing you updates as they become available, so if you're not already a subscriber, become one so you don't miss anything. And in the meantime, I look forward to talking to you again very soon.